Welcome back, Fantasy Football Fanatics. Commissioner Tim, and today we got a good one for you. As we dive into Week 3 of the Love for the Game League, we're witnessing drama unfold faster than a quarterback's desperate pass on fourth down. Are you ready for some grit on and glory? I am. Let's get started here. This week, we'll see Game Over for You trying to keep their historic edge over Caleb Williams' fan, in this case, bear down, while Brock Hard goes against the ever-competitive Goff team. Will Mahomes finally break the tie with Gritty Fly, or a history compete itself in this classic showdown? Meanwhile, underdogs like the Touchdown Packers team are looking to bounce back against the front runners, injury prone. And don't sleep on CD TDs versus Burrows W's. It's a matchup that could send shockwaves through our rankings. So grab your snacks, settle in, and let's see who can claim the bragging rights as we push forwards towards the sweet victory. Whoa, hold your horses here. We got a wild one between Game Over for You and Injury Prone. Game Over for You put up 122.65 points, solid enough for an 8th place finish this week, but luck wasn't on his side, with the hefty minus in the luck department. But meanwhile, Injury Prone strutted out 128.51, which is the 5th place in that, and rode their lucky wave to victory like they were surfing on rainbows. It's not surprising since they've been cruising to a solid 2-0 record this season and pushing Game Over You back to a shaky 101. But when it comes to the all-time matchups, that's another win in a hard matchup for Injury Prone. Although the last time these two teams clashed before this week, it's the same scoreline with Injury Prone taking it home again. So keep an eye on both of them this year because it ain't over yet. In a decisive Week 3 clash, Brock Hart secured their spot at the top with the commanding victory over Gritty Fly, finalizing the score at 127.96 to 115.36. This win not only improved Brock's record to 2-0, impressive, but also reinforced his dominance at their head-to-head rivalry, marking 2 victories without any losses against their opponent historically. While Brock Hard ranked 6th in points scored this week and maintained a solid 4th place in the coaching strategy, Gritty Fly faced challenges that hampered their performance despite scoring well compared to the league standards. With luck on Brock's side and adjustments needed for Gritty Fly as they seek consistency, both teams look ahead as they navigate through this competitive season. In an electrifying showdown, Mahomes triumphed over CD TDs with a heart-pounding score of 129.10 to 127.52. With this impressive performance, Mahomes secured the 4th highest points for the week and remains undefeated at 2-0 this season, showcasing their determination and skill. And despite a strong effort from CD TDs, who ranked 7th in scoring this week, they fell short again as luck worked against them. Every matchup counts in this thrilling journey. Let's keep reaching for greatness while inspiring one another to rise above challenges, because victory favors those who dare to dream big. In a notable Week 3 clash, the team Goff emerged victorious over Burrow the W's with a score of 130.70 to 103.12. This matchup showcased Goff's offensive prowess, ranking 3rd in points scored this week and contributing to an impressive season so far. Meanwhile, Burrow the W struggled, sitting at the bottom of the standings with an unfortunate season record of 0-2, and injuries killing him in that last game. Goff's coach ranked 8th for lineup optimization while enjoying some luck on their side. With this win, they improved their head-to-head matchup against Burrows the W's to 2 victories out of the 3 encounters overall. As both teams continue through the season, Goff looks poised for a stronger performance ahead, while Burrows seeks redemption from early setbacks. Oh, what a battle it was in fantasy football land. The Jokus on You soared to victory, racking up an impressive 142.65 points against Bear Down, who had 107.73 points. With this win, not only did they claimed the 2nd highest score this week, but also showcased their superior coaching skills, ranking 3rd, displaying the unfortunate luck along the way. Meanwhile, for Caleb Williams' fan, they faced disappointment despite making solid lineup choices, ranking 6th overall, However, their negative 1.52 luck certainly didn't help the matters. This matchup, though, marks yet another chapter in their rivalry. Caleb Williams fan now only trails with just 2 wins compared to the 4 losses in their history together. Both teams sit at the top of the balance of a record of 1-1 this season, but will need to step it up if they aim for playoff contention. In a battle of wills, Bernabide soared past the touchdown Packers team with an impressive 143.06 to 110.84. This marked Bernabide's first triumph over their new opponent, improving their season record to 1-1, while leaving the touchdown Packers team searching for answers at 0-2. With the coach ranked as shown above the brightest at number 1, Bernabide embraced good fortune as they cruised ahead on luck's wings. Meanwhile, touchdown Packers team faced a tough day that can only manage 10th spot in scoring. Could this be the turning point for the touchdown Packers team, or will Bernabide continue their ascent? Only time will tell in this fantasy football saga. So now it's time for This Week in League History. Now, this week in league history, Rosie's Posies and along with this team Snafu set the record for the highest combined score at 389.10 points in week 3 of the 2016 season. I happened to take a look at that score. This was the total score as you see in front of me, with a 220.80 to 168.30. Now, from that perspective, like from looking at the points, that's pretty impressive. 220 points, 168, that's wild. But unfortunately, it's a little inflated. And I don't know how to switch it yet. I'm still working on that, trying to figure it out how to not get it as inflated. Because that year, in 2016, with leagues, we try to try new things, and that was the second year in the league, and we figured we'd try something that nobody else was doing, and that was completions. You get +1 for a completion, -1 for an incompletion. So the scores can be a little inflated in that one. But don't worry, when 2017 hit, everything went back to normal, because that was not a popular choice. But yeah, this has been This Week in League History. Welcome to the Week 3 preview for Love for the Game. We got our game of the week, and this week's game of the week is Brockhard versus the golf-themed team. It's an intense showdown. Both teams have a 2-0 record, and this matchup promises fireworks worthy of a WWE main event, basically. Brockhard enters with fierce determination, having narrowly lost to Goff in their previous clash, but don't count them out, because they're hungry for a rematch here. Meanwhile, Goff's team is riding high after a close victory last time, and it aims to keep that momentum going. Which leads the question. Can Brockhard unleash their inner champion and turn the tide, or will Goff prove too tough to topple? This match isn't about pride, it's about the legacy. Get ready for an electrifying battle where every point counts, and only one team walks away as the ultimate victor. So who's going to claim this glory in this epic face-off? You'll just have to tune in and find out next week. And now, looking at the... Okay, hold on. Alright. Other games on the schedule this week. We have Caleb Williams fan going over for Game Over For You. Game Over For You has dominated this matchup, and you could tell as their last encounter, it was Game Over winning 156.06 to 100.97. And with also a 4-game win streak, I don't see that slowing down either. Give me Game Over For You in this matchup this week. And as for the game of the week, for their matchup, it's a 1-1 matchup, a close battle the last time. I think it'll be close again. But this time, I think Brockhard will take the W. I think he will get past that hump of finally defeating his foe. And then, for our first matchup of the week, or first matchup in our history, we got Mahomes taking on Gritty Fly. A tough battle, 2-0 for Mahomes and 1-1 for Gritty Fly, but Gritty Fly still scoring a lot of points. It's going to be a tough battle. If I had to pick a team for this week, I think I'm going Mahomes. I bet on Mahomes last week, and he won, and Mahomes won. I'm going to do it again and bet on Mahomes this week to take the W over Gritty Fly. And next matchup, we got touchdown Packers taking on the injury prone team. Injury prone has beaten twice, 2-0. And their last matchup, touchdown Packers has been the last time they were in this league was 2015, and injury prone's been here since day one. So they have faced off in the past. High scoring affair in 2015, the last matchup with the 146-132 win over touchdown Packers. I think that still continues. I think injury prone does take the W here in a very close matchup, though. I don't think it's going to be like a blowout, like his other matchups have been. I think it's going to be a really close matchup. So give me injury prone in this one. Next is CDTDs taking on Burrow the W's. CDTDs all time has a 4-2 record against them, with also winning their last matchup against Burrow with the 121-07 to 110-86. If I had to pick a game for this one, I would pick CDTDs to win this one in a close battle. I just think the injuries are too much for Burrow's team at this point. So give me CDTDs. Next, we got Bird Abides taking on the Jokers for You. And the Jokers for You has been dominant throughout this series. He has won basically every single game. He has been dominant when it came to the scores, especially a last score, which was 121.32 to 55.45 in this streak. Could it be possible? As a person, we saw it last week where the series was 9-2 in favor of a different team. And the guy that had the 2 wins all time actually won. Is it possible that we could see Bird Abides break that streak and get his first win against Njoku's on you? I don't think that's going to happen. Don't get me wrong, Bird Abides' team is underrated. Njoku's team may have gotten a little bit of injury with one of his guys, but I don't think that's enough to sway the stick over to Bird Abides' side. So give me Njoku's on you for this week. Okay, we got our power rankings for this week. Game Over for You is still taking the top spot, followed by Mahomes at the second spot here. Next, we did have an increase with Goff's team jumping up 2 spots to number 3, which is great. This is a good jump, but we also had even a bigger jump when the Joker's on You with his beatdown jumping up 5 spots. So that's really good. He jumps up to the number 4 spot. A big jump this week. Then we got CDTDs dropping down a spot to number 5. Still in the top 6. Bird Abides jumped up 2 spots to number 6 from the 8th spot. Injury prone, even with the win last week, dropped down number 1. Or dropped down to 1 spot to 7. Brock Hard dropped down also from 7 to 8, being undefeated. Gritty Fly had a tough loss last week, dropped 6 spots to number 9. And then Caleb Williams fan, which is Bear Down, staying at 10, Burrow staying at 11, and the Touchdown Packers team staying at 12. And that is the week number 3 preview for Love for the Game. Now, before I take off, I do have to say something in the comments here, or in the video here. At the time of this recording, the Touchdown Packers team wasn't going to be able to finish the season. Busy stuff has come up, which we understand. We all got a life. It's tough, but we do appreciate his time for the 2 weeks that he was there to enjoy us. We did find somebody else, which I sent an invite this morning. They have accepted, so the team's going to be a little bit different. I don't know if their team is going to be changed or not, but we will find that out down the road. It's going to be a fun week, and I'm excited for the matchup. So I'm going to get out of here. If you want to leave a like or subscribe, that's up to you. That'd be awesome, and I greatly would be appreciated. But I'm not going to force you. The world's your oyster. You got that choice. Uh, but I also don't mind taking some feedback, some constructive criticism in a way. If you want to leave a comment down of what you like about it or what you don't like about it, what think like an idea that maybe you have that maybe it's like, oh, hey, from his point of view, that actually sounds pretty cool. Go ahead, put that in the comments. I read all the comments. I take a look at it. And I don't mind it. So, with that being said, I'm Commissioner Tim. To everybody, including my guys, good luck this week, and may the odds ever be in your favor.